Here's how to make and edit images with ChatGPT for beginners. So today, what I'm going to show you is how to generate really awesome images like you can see right here. This was a image that we generated using ChatGPT. It was incredibly easy. We literally just came back to it with 2 prompts. Here's another example. So we edited this thumbnail right here, switched it around on the text, switched it around again, and boom, nice little image right there. You can also see how you can create like Facebook ads just from a simple image. So this was one that normally we're paying like designers about $60 per Facebook ad. And here's another example, right? So we actually had previous thumbnail about this, then we switched it around, inserted the logo. We could just download that and that is ready to go as an image, right? And you can easily like edit images right now. It's very quick and easy to do using the new update from ChatGPT. I would say this is probably the best update that's come out from ChatGPT this year. It's really simple. You can also like edit images, which I'll show you in a second. So for example, we've taken this image, then we've swapped it round like you can see. And we also said, okay, change the text at the top, remove that and make this bit green, right? So you can actually select parts of the image. I'll show you how in a second, and then turn different bits of it green like you can see right here. And this is even crazier. So this is a Twitter thread from TubeLab, like you can see. And look at this. Look at the style and the cool images you can generate using this process. Like really simple. Awesome for YouTube thumbnails. Awesome for just social media images in general. I'm pretty sure even on Instagram or something like that, Pinterest, like this could work really well if Pinterest is not cracking down on AI images. And it's really simple to do. So let me show you exactly how to get started with this and how powerful it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a new chat like so. Make sure you have ChatGPT-4o selected and make sure you have the premium version of ChatGPT, right? You don't need to be using anything fancy here. So you just need to use ChatGPT Plus, make sure you have GPT-4o, and then in the 3 dots over here, it's not very easy to find, but just click on the 3 dots, click create image, and from here you can start generating the images you want, right? So for example, if we say now, okay, create an image of a cat, for example, right? Playing with a ball of yarn. You can see that it's going to start using the create image feature to start generating that. Now, I'll start the stopwatch and we'll see how long this takes to generate. All right, so this is loading right now in the background and we're just waiting for this to load. And you can see the timer going there. So what you'll see as well, once it starts generating, is it's going to start from the top and just gradually roll its way down, right? So you can see like the outline of the cat underneath, and it's just going to gradually preview that, as you can see. And it will take probably about, I would say, 2 to 5 minutes to generate a simple image. Now, if you actually want to edit an image, right? So for example, like this one, let's say you've generated an image inside the ChatGPT chat here. What you can actually do is if you scroll down to the image that you want, so just scroll down and click on the image that you want to edit. And then inside here, you can select the bit that you want to edit, right? So for example, if we wanted to change this bit or remove it, we can select it. Now, you can also undo that and redo it, right? So if we press cancel there, but basically there's an edit button here. It's called select. And this allows you to edit certain parts of images, right? So if we select all of that, like you can see, then we can edit that. And we could say, okay, make this green or remove this, etc., right? You can also do multiple edits. The way that I like to do this is press Shift and return on a laptop, on a Mac. And then from here, we can easily just start adding multiple instructions, right? So we could say, okay, change the background so it's more colorful. Make this more scary and attention grabbing. Make it feel futuristic. Then we'll hit Command and Enter. I like to use Command and Enter just because it's a quicker sort of keyboard shortcut to do. Then it will take a while to get started, but basically that's going to start working its magic in the background right there as well. Now, if we come back to this image, this took 2 minutes to generate, the cat with the yarn. You can see how photorealistic that is, right? It looks very realistic. It's probably the best image generator I've ever seen with AI, and I think all you need now really is ChatGPT when it comes to image generation. Like, that's as good as it gets. Really simple stuff. Some people are asking, like, did ChatGPT ban Ghibli style? Absolutely not. From what I've seen, like, it seems to be working fine. It's really easy to do. Like, for example, if we say, okay, make this Ghibli style, it would just go off and start doing that in the background, right? So wait for that to load. Again, it's going to take a couple of minutes to generate. But yeah, it's so cool and easy to do. These are some of the best images I've seen. That's just as good as any designer can do. Like, you can see how powerful this is. I saw a YouTube comment the other day that said, after I released a video about this update, that 50% of designers have just lost their job this week, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. It's just like, how good are these images? How easy is it to edit it? All you need is a bit of time. And even then, you don't even need time, because you can get a virtual assistant maybe for quite cheap, and they can just go off and use this. And then you don't even need to edit the images yourself as a business owner. You can just get someone else to do it, all right? Now, if you have a certain image like this and you want to edit it out, you could say, for example, okay, let's grab the cat over here. And we'll say, okay, now make the cat a robot cat that's more scary. Just as an example of how much you can tweak the image right there, all right? Now, here's another example. As we did previously, I said, remove this, and we remove the automate bit. Then I said, change the background so it's more colorful, make this scary and attention grabbing, and make it feel futuristic. And you've got the image right there. And that is a lot more hard hitting than the previous one, which was there, right? Super simple, super boring compared to this bad boy. So that's the sort of thing we're looking at right now. It's better than most designers, it's easy to use, it's insanely good, and yeah, really powerful stuff. Let's have a look, and we'll wait for this one to load as well. So this is making the image Ghibli style. The other cool thing here as well, like, you can create multiple different versions at once, right? So for example, we can be editing an image about a cat here, then we can edit this image, then we can edit this one as well. Like, you could create all the images you need for 1 week, batch it in like a 20-minute session, just go between the tabs, and then you're going to be super fast for productivity. Look at that. That is terrifying. So it's gone from that to that. Absolutely wild. The difference is, it genuinely is terrifying. We said make it more scary. That is more scary, undeniably. It doesn't look that photorealistic, but can you make a AI robot cat look realistic whilst it's playing with yarn? Probably not, right? Crazy stuff. And the Ghibli style image. Some people are wondering, okay, what is Ghibli? Ghibli is basically anime style of doing things, right? So it takes a photorealistic image and then puts it through this Ghibli studio style, and then turns that into something which you can see right here, right? And then you can just edit any bits you want. But you see as well, like, how it's so different in terms of the background. So it's got like this nice blue sky in the background, bit of nature, etc. Like, it would be super interesting to run that as a Facebook ad. I might just run that as a Facebook ad just for jokes, just to see what happens. Really cool stuff. So let's keep going through now. Yeah, so here's another example of what you can actually do. Let's say, for example, all right, so I'm going to copy this image, and I'll show you how easy this is, right? So we're going to copy this image right here, and I'm going to go into my website. We'll grab my company logo, all right, this one right here. And then using this company logo, we can go back to that example. We'll paste this in, and I'm going to say insert the orange image into the phone to remove the star, okay? Basically what we're trying to do here is replace this star with the logo from my company, all right? Now, I will say sometimes it refuses to do stuff, particularly around logos. So, you know, you have to be careful with the policies there and do your own research on that. But it is pretty easy to do. The other thing as well, like, you could just click on that, select that bit, and then you could paste in the logo that you want to replace it with, and then just say, replace this with the image attached. And then it would just go off and do that. Maybe we'll try that in a sec once we've done with this one. The other thing that I would say here as well is just be careful, because, for example, you can see here that we said, all right, replace the whale with this attached instead, right? And we uploaded another image. But the problem is that after that, it actually changed the dimensions and it didn't crop it properly. So you see how there's no black space between build and anything? It's super annoying. So what you want to do is just be really careful about that and just say, frame it so there's more space on the sides, etc. So you can see then it came back. It did come up with a random logo, which we have to correct in a second. So we said this should be the image on the screen instead. And then just go back and forth with it. So if you need to do something a bit more careful, if you need to go back and forth, etc., then go for it. I think you have to be careful when you're using words, for example, logos, company names, people names, celebrity names, etc. Just be careful with that stuff. That's the one that you want to be really careful with, because if you do anything that, people wouldn't like, I'll leave that to your imagination. But if you try and get it to do something that people wouldn't like in general, the AI is smart enough to pick that up and figure out, okay, you shouldn't be doing that, mate. Let's not do that, all right? But you can see here how easy that was. So it's created a nice little logo. And the thing is as well, if you asked a designer to do that, you'd have to send them a message to do it. Number one, right? You'd have to figure out, okay, what do you want? Then figure out, okay, let's send them a message. You'd have to wait for them to come online and get that designer to then reply to you. Then you're going to have to wait for them to make the change. And when they make the change, it might not be exactly what you want. Whereas for this, the feedback loop is so much faster and it's so much more efficient, and you don't have all the stress and the mental energy that comes with managing someone. And boom, you've got your image right there, ready to go. Probably better than most designers can do. I don't know if you've ever hired a designer, but it can be a nightmare. I'm going to be honest with you. All right. So, for example, change the company logo, switch it around, did it perfectly first time round, and that image is ready to go, right? If we wanted to use that as a YouTube thumbnail, whatever, boom, got it ready to go right there. So GPT-4o is by far the best that I've ever seen at image creation. For example, if we go onto Twitter here, we'll start using Grok, all right? So Grok is Elon Musk's AI, and we'll use Grok and try and do the same thing, all right? So we're going to copy that image, we'll plug that in there, then we're going to go back and we'll X off that, copy this image, put that in here, and then we'll say, okay, insert the orange image into the phone to remove the star. I just don't think it's going to do it. Like, you can test it out, maybe it will, but I think 9 times out of 10, it's just going to give you something that is total trash. All right. So you can see here that it will not edit images. It actually refuses it. It gives you a whole blog post on how to do it, how to mess around. Here's the other thing, right? This is what you would normally have to do with ChatGPT-4o to figure this out, right? So, for example, you have to recreate the image. Then you have to incorporate the logo. Then you have to edit the image description. Then there's a bunch of limitations, blah, 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 all right? And you decide, nah, mate. We're just going to put in one single prompt, a couple of images, boom, we're ready to go. That's what we're talking about. The power in this is absolutely insane. It's incredibly easy and simple to do. It doesn't take long. What I also want to show you is something interesting here. So this is how you can use it, for example, for resizing images and that sort of thing, all right? So I'm going to go over to Canva here, and I'll show you some examples of YouTube thumbnails and how we resize them, right? So I use the pro version of Canva, and then I just resize the images based on what I want. Because if I ask ChatGPT to resize the images, it's not always correct, or it doesn't quite seem right. So, for example, I'm going to delete this one. We'll delete that. We'll delete that. All right. Actually, this is a really good example. So you see how this just doesn't fit because the dimensions are wrong, even though we asked it for a YouTube thumbnail. Let's delete that. All right. For example, and then we'll paste this image in that we got from ChatGPT. Now, the canvas for this is set inside the page setup section as YouTube thumbnail, right? So you see how it says 1280 by 720. We've set this up as a YouTube thumbnail dimension, which means that when we're designing stuff, we can just drag that over and we're ready to go on that, right? Really simple and easy to do. And so it doesn't fit perfectly, but it's good enough, right? It's good enough to do the job. You just want to make sure there's no blank space on there. And then, of course, you're going to go to File, to Download. And then I like to use JPEG, and I like to change the quality to 100, all right? If you change that to 100, you're good to go right there, all right? Now, that might still be uploading or something like that because it doesn't seem like we can download it. Yeah, you can see it's uploading these images right here, so that's why. But yeah, really simple and easy. And then also when you're downloading, so obviously you're going to select JPEG 100, and then you just select the current page that you're on, right? So we would just select current page right there. We'll hit download, save the download settings. That's going to take a few seconds to download on Canva, but the dimensions are going to be perfect. So if we open this up, you can see the image right there. We're ready to go. We're living the dream, right? So easy, so powerful, and you've just solved a problem. I can give you a clear example here. So for us, for example, I think because we get so many testimonials for our agency, and we're constantly creating images for this, right? So let me show you an example. If you go onto our website here, all right, inside the case study section, we've literally got over 100 testimonials on the website, right? And you can see all the images right here, right, with the quotes and everything like that. Really simple image to generate with ChatGPT. Like, you can easily do this. But for each image, you're probably paying about, like, a designer, I would say $20 to $25 per image that you generate, right? And when you've got like 100 of them, that adds up pretty quickly, right? So let's do the maths on this. So if we put 20 times 100, so we're looking at $2,000 for all the images on this website, right? Now, if we just switch that to using ChatGPT instead, we've saved ourselves $2,000, right? Straight off the bat. And it's the same, for example, for YouTube. If we switch the designs over now, there's no difference. There's no noticeable difference here. But if we change the designers to using ChatGPT instead of a thumbnail designer, then we're saving $60 for each of these images, right? So if we generate 4 images per day, it costs us $60. That's 4 times 60. So that's $240 a day that we save, right? And then let's say 240 times 30 days a month, that's $7,200. Times that by 12, $86,400 you're saving per year just from automating your YouTube thumbnails with ChatGPT-4o. So the amount of money you can save right here is just absolutely wild. We've got more training on it inside the AI Profit Boardroom as well. So if you want to get that link in the description, you can go to the AI Profit Boardroom. Prices are going up this month, so make sure you lock in your prices before you miss out and before it's gone. But yeah, that's basically how you can easily create, edit, generate images, improve images, tweak them, etc. using ChatGPT-4o. So make sure you join the AI Profit Boardroom. Comes with all my best automations for email automation, social media content, AI agents, AI SEO automation, NA10 templates. We do weekly Q&As that you can join live. And also, if you have any questions in between the weekly Q&As, you can jump into the community, ask any questions you have, right? So for example, Mitchell was asking a question right here and he got the answer straight away. Dan as well, he asked another question, got the answer straight away, right? Really simple stuff. So there's 578 members, all dedicated to making more money and saving time with AI. And you can join the AI Profit Boardroom to get that stuff, right? The other cool thing as well, like you can take these images and then start using it inside, for example, coding tools like bolt.new or RuCode or Client. I've got YouTube videos about all of those if you search for them. And then you can use this stuff to start building stuff and creating stuff, whether that's games, apps, tools, whatever you want. So feel free to get that link inside the comments description to the AI Profit Boardroom. Amazing stuff. What a time to be able to create a business online, right? It's just absolutely amazing. And then if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session that shows you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot, feel free to get that link inside the comments description. And on this free SEO acceleration session, you'll get a custom tailored game plan to generate more leads, sales, and profits from Google. So if you want more free traffic, if you want more customers to your website, make sure you book that in. You'll be able to ask any questions you have, and you'll learn the best link building strategies for your website based on what's working for us and our happy clients, like you can see in these expensive thumbnails right here that we could have just automated with ChatGPT. But at least we know now, right? At least we know now, and who knows what you can do in 6 months, 1 year, etc. It's crazy times.